What's up, guys? In today's video we're going to talk about a budget YouTube studio and how I turn these into so today I want to talk about how I built a budget studio in my home for recording YouTube videos that is portable. I can basically put it in a closet in 2 duffel bags when I'm not using it. That way I can still have the free space. And this includes a three light setup as well as a full backdrop. Using nothing but a sheet, PVC, some joints, I'll explain those a little later, and the only tool that I actually had to buy were PVC cutters. They're pretty inexpensive. You can get some that are a lot easier on the hands, but those do the job. Okay, so 3/4 inch PVC, some straight joints, a couple of T-joints, and then elbows. These are pretty simple. Basically, draw out the design that you want. I'll show you the layouts for my light stands. Those are pretty much the most basic things that you would need. And then with your elbows, you can actually see these lines right here. See if hopefully that focuses in, but this line right here is actually where your PVC is going to stop inside of it. And then with the straight joints, they only add about an eighth of an inch to what you're building up. So when you have 2 pieces put together, it's only going to add about an eighth of an inch to that. So we are going to actually time how long it takes me to set these up. This is actually the first time that I've ever set it up from beginning to end in one run. So we'll see how that goes. I've marked them with 3 different letters and what part of each assembly they are. That way I know. A lot of people I've seen will color code them by spray painting them different colors so they know which ones go with which set, and so on and so forth. But then we'll break down each part of my studio. So starting timer now. So you're also going to be getting 2 views of this because I'm recording from 2 different cameras. This one is the Samsung MV800, and this one down here is the Canon F180. So we're going to start out just digging through. As you can see, this is all of my PVC assorted. This bag is all lighting, rigging, and my backdrop, so we'll get that one out of the way for right now. And while I'm doing this, I'm just going to sort them into piles as I'm grabbing pieces. Also notice on these 4 grips on the floor, just simple rubber chair grips for the feet of chairs work perfectly because I have wooden floors and I don't want everything just sliding around all willy-nilly and whatnot. Once you've built your square, whatever your measurements are that you prefer, I did each of these, I believe, at 18 inches at first, and then cut them in half, so each one of these sections here are about 9 inches. You just assemble your square, make sure it's square. Then once you've cut everything in half, you're going to have T-joints on each side. 2 that face in, 2 that face straight up, because it's going to sit like this. I'll explain more about that in just a second. Then you're going to add straight bar, not a straight bar, another T-joint in the middle. keep in mind, I'm 6 foot tall, and this is quite a few inches taller than me, so I can adjust the lights on these for quite a bit. So on to the next one. "12 minutes into this." So when I was designing the bridge for the backdrop to support everything, I wanted something to where I could just close this door and it would bridge the entire backdrop, and I would be able to sit in front of it, light it, be done with it. My original idea was to just hang these hooks up here and here, and I thought that just using a sheet with that wooden dowel there through them would be enough support, and it worked. But the problem was I had to have the camera super close to me and super close to the backdrop to get everything in frame because the sheet was bunched up. It also made it really hard to keep the sheet stretched out and the backdrop to keep it somewhat smooth, because I didn't want it to look like I was just standing or sitting in front of a curtain. So I came up with this bridge idea, and it seems to have solved most of my problem. So we'll start with one side of the bridge and we will work our way over. Okay, for the far side support, I've basically done a 3-leg attachment. It's really simple. Cross joint, 3 legs cut to the same length. And again, you can use whatever length you feel necessary, whatever you deem is the right length or height for you. I wanted to go to the ceiling, or as close as possible to the ceiling as I could. So I made the length according to what I wanted. As you can see, we still have the issue of having a wrinkly backdrop. Easy solution is small bungee cords, or you could use some sort of rope or 550 cord, paracord, whatever you want to call it, to just punch little holes down the sides, wrap them around the poles, make sure that you use one at the bottom of each side to actually pull it down. Otherwise, you're just going to get a really awkward bunch. And now I have my backdrop. So the only thing left to address and to finish is the lighting, which is pretty simple, but it can be a lot more painstaking. Something that some YouTubers and video makers don't always address. As you can see now, I'm just using the overhead lamp light on my ceiling fan. It's a little more yellowed and you can't see my eyes because it only shines down. It's meant to fill the room and that's it. So we have to work around the lighting issue. Okay, so we had everything built and ready in 34 minutes. Not bad. We'll also time teardown in just a few minutes. So let's fix that now. On a budget, the easiest, most effective thing to buy is just an old heat lamp. They're like $7 at Walmart. I used 3 of them. I'll show you what they're for, what each one does. I'm not going to go into the specifics of each light, just basically how I set it up. Okay, so for my final light, just another heat lamp, 75 watt LED bulb. I like to have an overhead light that shines down over my shoulder. So you back there, you get to see the entire studio and what's happening in this. You get to see exactly how each light affects what happens in a recording. And we're going to start off by cutting the overhead on. I'll cut each one on at a time so you can see the difference. There's our spotlight. That's the main light. That's what's lighting mostly this side of my face. It's about, let's say, 4 feet away from me. It's pretty bright and it's pointed directly at me. It also leaves a big shadow over here. So now we've got this harsh shadow, harsh transition across my face. So in order to eliminate that, we use a fill light. So with the 2 lights on, this actually separates me from the background. It leaves 2 shadows, but you can see how much more evenly lit my face is, and less harsh the shadows are on my face, both my face and across my shirt. And now that really separates me from the background, because you can actually see the silhouette of the edge of my silhouette is actually lit now. So it actually pulls me away from the background. It makes the background seem like it's further behind me. So now we have teardown. So let's see how fast I can get all of this torn down, put back in the duffel bags, and stored in a closet. From beginning to end, time starts now. Okay, so my other camera just died, so we're going to finish recording with this one. Sorry if it doesn't focus. I know it's had a problem with it lately. That's why I went to the MV800. Apparently the battery life is not as good as I thought. And 16, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So under 17 minutes to tear everything down and have your room back. It's that simple. If you guys like these kind of videos, let me know. Leave comments, thumbs up, thumbs downs. I don't care. Just remember to subscribe and like, share, dislike, do whatever you're led to do. Catch you in the next one.